God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, be with you and remain with you now and forever.
Hi there everyone, Jack here again at the Vinyl Voyage with another video. Today's video, a celebration for Dave at M Fidelity for reaching the 1 year point in his vinyl community journey. And if you don't know Dave's channel, M Fidelity channel, it's absolutely brilliant. Go over there now, check it out, and subscribe straight away, you'll not be disappointed. Dave's a lovely bloke, he shows fantastic records. Every time I watch his channel I always see things that I like or know that I would enjoy. So yeah, great guy. Now, what he's asked us to do for this thread, this contest, is to show 5 albums that have a connection to London, and he's given us 5 prompts to help us along the way. Now, he's went for London because he loves the city, he loves the music that's come out of the city. I totally agree with that, and he likes all things London. My thoughts on London, I've not been in a long time. I've not been since about 2003. I used to live in Peterborough. When I lived there, that's the start of the train line to get down to London. You could get a direct train down, and I always enjoyed my trips down to London. I didn't go down that often, but if it was for a gig or to have a couple of days in the city shopping or whatever, there's so much to do in London. It's just one of these cities where you feel that you're just always scratching the surface. If you go down for a couple of days, you're spoiled for choice with things to do. It's just cripplingly expensive, but other than that, I've always had good times down there. In fact, it's not the last time I went down. The last time I went down was 2008. I went down to buy a car when I was living in Germany. I got a tax-free car, and I flew into London, then went to Maidstone. So yeah, but then, anyway, that's as an aside. What are we doing for this video? Yeah, 5 prompts. So the first prompt is a simple one: show an album, song title or song lyric that mentions London. So I'll go for an album title, and I'm going for this album, The Werewolf of London by Midnight Rags. So this is a bit of a cult classic, kind of lo-fi cult classic, a bit of psych, a bit of folk, a little bit of glam thrown in there, a little bit of goth. Really, really cool. This is the only album put out under the name Midnight Rags. Midnight Rags was a one-man band really, a guy called Paul Roland, and he put the rest of his albums out under his own name of Paul Roland. They're really good as well, but this is excellent, really good. Now you get tracks on here like Long Cheney, The Witching Hour, Werewolves of London, The Cars That Ate New York. Really cool kind of psych pop, folk, goth masterpiece. Yeah, just love this album. If you don't know it, check it out. Not to be confused with Werewolves of London by Warren Zevon. That's a completely different beast altogether. This is The Werewolf of London by Midnight Rags. It's from 1981, something like that. It was recorded in 79. Yeah, good stuff. Number 2, show a live album that mentions London. So going for a well-known one, Bob Marley and the Wailers with Live, and this was recorded in London, 18th of July 1975 at the Lyceum in London. Live recording by the Rolling Stones Mobile Recording Studio. But yeah, most of you will know this album. It's got a lot of Bob Marley's big songs on here. Get Up, Stand Up, I Shot the Sheriff, Burning and Looting, Lively Up Yourself, just classics. And the song that's probably best known coming from this live album would be his version of No Woman, No Cry. Without a doubt, the most misunderstood song in Bob Marley's canon. Most people wrongly believe that it's about a guy giving advice to someone who's maybe lost a lover, a partner. No woman, no cry, there's more fish in the sea kind of thing. You just move on, but that's not what it's about at all. Without a doubt, it's a command. Bob Marley's had enough of his whinging, sobbing other half, and he's commanding her, no woman, no cry. So yeah, I think that's the true meaning of the song. Whatever, it's a great song and a great album. Okay, number 3, an album, a song title or a song lyric that mentions a street in London. So this is an album that, is very much steeped in the streets of London. It is the Libertines with their debut album, Up the Bracket. And I think the Libertines were the East London or North London. I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is very much so a London album, and they were very much a London band, kind of noisy, ramshackle, London version of the Strokes, I think. They sound a bit like the Clash, like a less polished Clash. Indie, good early 2000s indie pop. But the song I'm going to look at is Up the Bracket, and that's got some great lyrics. So that mentions, let me just pull them up. Oh, I should have had all this prepared. Where are we? Up the Bracket. Here we go. I saw two shadow men on the Valence Road. Now, I believe Valence Road is in Bethnal Green. Said they'd pay me for your address. Oh, I was so bold. So it's basically about these two shady characters, possible gangsters. I've heard some people say that the two shadies might have been the Krays. The Krays came from around that area of Valence Road. But basically they're trying to get an address off of the narrator of the song, maybe Pete Doherty, and he gives them the Vicky, 2 fingers up, and runs off, and they catch up with him and beat him up. And then they find him again later in the song on the Cali Road, and I believe that's a reference to the Caledonian Road. I think is that in Bethnal Green as well. And they give him the same offer, you know, give us your friend's address or we're going to do you in. And he ends up giving them the fingers again, and they catch up with him and they give him one up the bracket, and I believe that's like kind of London or English slang. You wouldn't use that, I don't think, certainly not in Scotland, but it's slang for a punch in the throat. So he gets one up the bracket. So yeah, love the Libertines, love this album. It's my favourite Libertines album. There's other songs on here that have references to London as well. If you look at track 5, it's actually a song called Breck Road. Now, I'm not sure if that was a reference to, there was a Libertines song that never was released. I don't think it was anyway, Breck Road Lover. But I'm not sure if that was London that was in. But anyway, it was replaced by Boys in the Band. Yeah, great stuff from the Libertines, Up the Bracket. The next one then, we have an album cover that was photographed in London or within the gatefold or on the back or whatever. I'm going to go for another indie band, this time though from the 90s. And it's The Verve with Urban Hymns. And you can see The Verve there, Richard Ashcroft and the rest of the gang looking very relaxed and just chilling out on a kind of nice day. And that's in a park in London, it's Richmond Park. So you can see them just chilling in Richmond Park, and then there's some other pictures of them in the park. Here with their dog. Looking just chilled out. So yeah, this is an album that I've kind of been rediscovering. And I've never been a massive fan of the Verve, but I've enjoyed listening to this recently. And I think part of that's down to, off topic a little bit, but it's down to that song, The Drugs Don't Work, and finding out the kind of true meaning behind that song, which I maybe talk about another video. I don't want to be sidetracked, start blethering about something else when I should be talking about London. The Verve, Urban Hymns, Richmond Park. Okay, the last one then. An album, a song title or a song lyric that mentions an area, a neighbourhood or a landmark in London. Okay, so we'll go for, this is the third album, Fairport Conventions on Halfbricken from, is this 69? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, on Halfbricken. So the cover as well is London. That's Sandy Denny's parents' house in Islington. You can see the Fairporters there, having lunch, having high tea in the garden. Our parents kind of looking on. That looks like kind of posh suburb of London. But anyway, that prompt was for a landmark. And I'm going to look at a song, the opening track, Genesis Hall. So Genesis Hall, I believe, was a a hall that was used by squatters that was raided by the police, and that's the focus of Richard Thompson's song. A famous building used by squatters back in the day, Genesis Hall. But yeah, great track and a great album, and a great album cover, and a great band. Everything about it's just great. The Fairport Convention on Halfbrickin, and that's the last of my London lot. So yeah, hope you enjoy those little connections with London, and if you do videos yourself, jump on this one. I've seen a lot of people already jump on this thread, and yeah, it's a cool one to do. It's an easy, all the best ones I think are the easy ones to do, where you've got lots of room to manoeuvre, lots of different choices when it comes to putting together the video. But yeah, like I said before, go over to Dave's channel, M Fidelity, get on there, check it out, subscribe, and you'll not be disappointed. He's got a great channel. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye for now.